accused in the shooting death of a Memphis-born rapper is dead. Memphis police confirmed 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge was found dead in Houston.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson has more on that investigation as police continue to search for a second suspect.
That suspect police are looking for in connection with this deadly shooting is Kevin Brown. That's a pretty common name, and police tell me they do not have a picture of him in their system. Speaking of MPD, meanwhile, questions are surrounding just how that first suspect died.
As Houston rapper Sauce Walker remembers a fellow entertainer shot and killed next to him just feet from the FedEx Forum.
Last time I'm back home, the celebration tonight.
Memphis police say Houston PD confirms the body found of one of two suspects wanted in the case, 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge. Monday, Fox 13 News asked MPD for details related to Dandridge's death, but no more was released. Investigators say still at large is a second suspect, 22-year-old Kevin Brown. Fox 13 News did some digging, but could not find an adult criminal record for Brown in Shelby County. Hence why in an email from MPD, we were told they did not have a picture of Brown, but released this video of two men getting out of the getaway car they say used the day of the murder. MPD confirms the man getting out of the rear passenger side of that Dodge Charger is Jaden Dandridge, the suspect now dead. But MPD could not confirm whether the man with whom he switches seats here is in fact Kevin Brown. Both Brown and Dandridge are accused of shooting and killing 27-year-old Latorian Hunt, a Memphis-born rapper who went by the name Sayso P. The shooting happened in the middle of the day, March 22nd, in front of the Westin Hotel in downtown Memphis. Rapper Sauce Walker seen in surveillance during the shooting running from the shots. He survived.
Houston, I'm back home. Celebration. I made it. I survived. I'm back. Sauce and P, Sayso P.
Now, Kevin Brown is charged with first-degree murder, also attempted first-degree murder, among other charges. Of course, police want Kevin Brown off the street. If you know of anything, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number, 901-528-CASH.
Well, don't know if somebody called, but they got their man, Kevin Brown, otherwise known as KJ, is now in custody. Check out, first of all, just to show you a close-up, still picture of this guy that was killed in Houston, one of the suspects. So now they have the second suspect in custody. So they were looking for at least three people that was involved in the murder of Sayso P. But now they have a second suspect in custody, Kevin Brown, otherwise known as KJ. And here's the news report on that. Got a Memphis man arrested for murder of rapper Sayso P, U.S. Marshals say. That's Sayso right there. The Marshal Service said agents arrested 23-year-old Kevin KJ Brown in Clarksville on Wednesday. Authorities said they found Brown at a motel on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard and that he was arrested without incident. Brown is allegedly one of several gunmen who opened fire outside the Westin Hotel in downtown Memphis on March 22nd. That gunfire left Memphis rapper Sayso P, whose real name was Latorian Hunt, dead in the middle of the road. House rapper Sauce Walker, whose real name is Albert Mondane, suffered critical injuries in the shooting. According to Hunt's mother, the rapper had moved to Miami and was living there when he visited Memphis in March. He was in town to visit family, his mother said. Brown is the second suspect to be identified in the case. Authorities obtained a warrant for another man, Jaden Dandridge, shortly after the shooting, but officers found Dandridge dead in Houston before he could be served with a warrant. Brown has been charged with first-degree murder, 2 counts of felony criminal attempt, 2 counts of employing a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, and theft of property. He is being held for the Memphis Police Department. And this, boys and girls, once again, is why you should try to watch the company you keep. You got to watch the company you keep. When this first happened, I, like many of you, said that they would be caught. Absolutely, they would be caught, because it's one thing to commit an act of violence, right? In broad daylight. It's one thing to commit an act of violence. It's another thing to commit a brazen act of violence in downtown of any major city in the United States, especially where the money is. So they gunned down Sayso in, on the high end of town. When you do that, boys and girls, when you commit such a crime, they are going to use every resource they have available to hunt you down, and you will be caught. Anytime they want to catch a murderer, they can catch him. All they got to do is unload their resources, and they will find you. They always do. Anybody who's gotten away with anything is because they wanted you to get away with it. Believe that. Or they were indifferent. They have tremendous resources, and they have a staff that works 24 hours a day. You got 24 hours in a day. At some point, you got to go to sleep. Even if you go on the short end, you're one of those type of persons, people who only get 5 hours of sleep, they're still up. While you getting that 5 hours of sleep, they got somebody on the clock watching, tracking, investigating, surveilling, exactly, at all times. So when you commit a brazen act of violence in downtown, anywhere, your ass is going to get caught. Believe that. And these dudes, the way that they roll, the way that they, where they move, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them at a time, all got guns, all popping out, shooting out, following each other, one car behind you, another car behind, they following, they all shooting. It's almost like these dudes want to donate their bodies to slavery, because that's life after you get popped. That's what's going to happen. You get put in the system that's licking their chops when you walk through that door. Whoo, they be in there doing like this here. Yeah. Come on, we need some more of them to come on through. Where the rest of them at? Damn, man, hold on, man. Man, they kind of slow on the killing this weekend. Damn, we need some more killings. Damn, what's going on? Send the police out there to agitate people, Maybe get a few companies to fire some people or something. They need us to be at war against each other, be mad at each other to the point we want to harm each other physically. They need that. They're not building those penitentiaries because they're trying to keep America safe. They're building those penitentiaries so they can get paid. Yeah, so that the private sector, these private investors can get paid. That's what that's about. They don't give a damn about safety in the U.S. They don't care nothing about you being safe. Now, if you got big money, they want you to at least feel safe, especially when you go in these shopping places. So the police is not there. When you see the police when you go in these expensive neighborhoods, you go into these shopping strips, these expensive shopping strips, the police is not there to keep the people safe. The police is there to protect the property and make the people feel safe. Not to keep you safe, but to make you feel safe. I was in the Galleria Mall yesterday in Houston. And as I'm walking through the mall, I saw 3 police officers in a row. They were stationed in different places, and all 3 of them were on their phone. All 3 of them were doing this. just kick back doing this. All three of them. Give a damn about the people being safe. So we knew dude was going to get caught. They had to catch him. We knew he was going to get caught. So let's put up a pic of this dude again. This is the guy. That's Kevin Brown in the square. That's Sayso on the left. On the right, Sayso, his artist who's now deceased. The guy in the middle is the guy who is the police is saying that was involved in his murder, one of the trigger men. So he can pretty much hang it up. If he come out of jail, if he can get out of there alive, most of the people that he care about, especially that's up in age, they're gonna be dead. He ain't making no funerals. If he got kids, some other man is not gonna watch those kids for him. And as gangster as he thought he was, it ain't gonna be nothing he'll be able to do if those other men decided to put hands on his kids. If those other men try to take advantage of his kids, there will be nothing he can do. Now, he think he got some power because of his affiliation. And maybe he have a little power in the very beginning when you first go in, because, you know, people don't know what's going to happen with you. They don't really know if you're going to get a bunch of time or not. But once the dust settles and they realize your ass ain't coming home, those favors start drying up. And now, you know, these guys are caught up in their own lives. They got their own personal relationships and own beefs, own axe to grind with different people, and they ain't got time to follow your directions and to handle your beefs. They ain't got that kind of time. Or will. So now your people just out there getting handled, fending for themselves. See, it's easy to go to jail. It's easy to kill. It's easy to, you know, stick guns in people's faces and all that, you know, try to get the quick lick. That's easy. That's really, really easy. Getting your ass up every day, going to work, even when you don't feel like it, because you understand what's at stake. That's the hard part. Getting up and working for a cause bigger than your own. That's the hard part right there. But it's also the most satisfying. And it's the most satisfying part, the most rewarding part. Because you get to raise your own kids. You get to be there to protect your kids. Hell, even if you don't want kids, you get to be there to protect your rest of your other family members. Hell, even if you ain't got no family, at the very least, you get to move in a free society. You get to move as a free individual without somebody standing over you, telling you what to do. Turn off the lights, mop the floor, get off the phone, get off the computer, holding you in a cage. And you don't get to move when you want to move. You get to move when they say you move. When you move, you don't even have any idea that you're moving. They just come in one day and tell you, get your stuff, call your name, check your pen, and they tell you, come with us. Next thing you know, they done moved you from Texas where you done got comfortable at to Oklahoma, where you don't know nobody. Now you got to get reacclimated. I don't know if a lot of these youngsters understand intake. I don't think they understand that when they go into these places, how dehumanizing it is. You know, maybe they think it's just 3 meals and, 3 hots and a cot. Maybe they think that's all it's about. But damn, boy, they got a record number of youngsters throwing their lives away. It's a record number. And as much as I love my best friend, I don't want to do time with him. I don't want to be in jail. I do not want to be in jail doing time with him. A lot of these dudes, they go to jail and act like it's a reunion. They seeing people, yeah, man, kicking it and all that kind of stuff. Like, man, no, I don't want no parts of that. Get me up out of here. So they got the second suspect in the murder of Sayso P, who was murdered back in March in broad daylight in Memphis. They caught him in a different city. That lets you know, fam, you can run, but you can't hide. You think just leaving Memphis is going to save you? One left Memphis. Both of them actually left Memphis and still got caught. Both of them got caught slipping. One got caught slipping and got killed in Clarksville, got killed in Texas, got killed in Houston. And the other got caught slipping and was arrested in Clarksville. You can run, but you can't hide. What's up, Victor? Magic Wheel of Crypto. Marlon Driver, what up? Des Matthews. Huggy Bear. What's up, Connie? Lou Jackson. Damon Howard. You gotta know Hoover. Bruce Name. Darlene Billups Anderson. OG, man. Wolf Fargo, what up? That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, or wherever you are in the world. No more talk.